What's up, Shashank? How are you? How's it going, man?
I think this might go well for the 464th time we are trying to record this episode. And
Yes,
I think you're not stuck finally.
yes. Finally, I'm not stuck.
Yeah.
So, yeah, let's go. So, what are we talking about today?
So we are talking about creators and their impact on this world.
Oof,
Simple as that.
wow, very, very heavy topic, man.
Yeah.
What
It's gonna
about
take forever, but yeah, we'll try to finish
the
it in 10,
impact on
15
this world?
minutes.
And we have 15 minutes only to cover this topic, okay? It's
Yeah.
gonna take forever. Let's try.
Hopefully.
Let's encapsulate this whole thing in 15 minutes.
Encapsulate. Yeah, very nice word. I learned a new word today. Okay.
Yeah. So, what are your thoughts
So
on the topic?
I want to talk about how there are different types of creators and all these people, and uh, how each creator grows differently, and how you grow with each creator differently. So
Mhm.
you might start.
Okay, like I mean, I get what you're saying. Like, for example, there are different creators who have different um goal out of creating, right? Like there are few creators who are like, let's say vloggers who want to document their lives. And with them, it's like you grow with them in their lives. You get to know who they are right from when they were like a bratty little kid to like say now like PewDiePie, for example, and to now how they have transitioned, or Mr. Beast also, like how they have transitioned, or take Ranveer Alabadia, those kind of people, right?
You
And then
left out
there are
Casey Neistat,
Casey Neistat, yes. And then
OG.
there are a few people who are also like, say, people who want to, who know that, okay, I'm here to do this, this, and this, and I will benefit, and my thing will benefit this kind of people. And once that person goes through this, and this, he might not benefit that. Like like let's say for example, someone, let's say like a Ankur Warikoo or a Dhruv Rathi at least could benefit later also. But Ankur Warikoo, wherein you go through his content and you like him, you learn from him and everything. And later, after a point, you're like, bro, I know all of these things. It does not. It used to add a lot of value. Now it does not. Same thing with a book, like a self-help book, like how Robert Kiyosaki's Rich Man, Poor Man, Rich Dad, Poor
Rich
Dad.
Dad Poor Dad. Don't talk about that. He filed for bankruptcy 6 times.
I'm saying that's what
But
I'm
yeah,
saying. When I first read it, I was blown away. I was like, whoa, these insights are crazy. Now, if I go back and I read the same thing, I'm like, these are just these are
same
things,
things.
something that you would know anyway. Yeah,
Yeah.
things like that, right? Like I mean, you transition, you grow with that creator, right? So these are just a few examples, and like these are the labeling thing that you've been saying about, and the impact that such creators have had in the country, in not just our country but in the world, has been like amazing. Let's say Gary Vee, for example. He's a creator that I grew with, right? I mean, like I grew out of, like when I started into my marketing journey, like I mean, I was blown away. I was like, oh shit, Gary Vee, and I was a kid. I had no clue. Went through him and everything, and now I think like he's very toxic and he is, and it's extremely
Don't go there. We might have
crazy.
Gary Vee on our podcast
but
someday. So
but
yeah,
yeah, that is one way, right? Like, and then there are
yeah.
a few creators who I still personally enjoy to consume content of,
Hmm.
and like who I regularly follow and I look forward to
Hmm.
their content, right?
Hmm.
Such people are also there. Like, I mean, Johnny Harris, for example,
Hmm.
from how he started his how he is in Vox, how he
Hmm.
started his channel to how he's grown and like the content he's
Hmm.
creating right now. He's
Hmm.
a great example of that, right?
Hmm.
So, and he and such creators are the ones who have motivated us also to like start creating as well,
Hmm.
right? So the impact what people can have, what creators can have in people's life is like crazy. Like I mean, not just about creation, not just about business and everything, but also about like jobs and like influence that you can have in a person's life is incredible. Me being in the creator space, working with creators and seeing the impact like people can have, audiences can have via content, I've seen like a lot of things, right?
Hmm.
So, yeah, let me stop my monologue now and let me ask you, like, what are your thoughts on this topic?
See, I mean, there are obviously different types of creators, as you mentioned. So I'll just, give a short crux of what you mentioned. So there are, creators like Ankur Wariko who are basically like universities. Once you go through like a period of 1 or 2 years journey with them. After on, you graduate. It's not like you the content is not worth enough. It's like you've reached a stage where that content has helped you build a base, and you're building already on top of it. So whatever he's going to teach you right now is is probably the stuff that you already know. So that is one. And the second types of creators are like people that you travel with them for for a long time, and you learn from them constantly. It's like a encyclopedia, like Johnny Harris, Cleo Abram, someone, yeah, Dhruv Rate, and all
MKBHD.
these yeah, MKBHT, Marcus, and Mr. and all these people. So it's
Mhm.
basically like a an advisor, kind of some encyclopedia where you constantly keep grasping stuff. And one more type of creator is like someone from Ranveer, who's like your brother, or like a close friend of yours. Like
Mhm.
you started saying him, I don't know what nonsense Ankur, I mean this guy Ranveer did back then, because I started following Ranveer in the past couple of years. So I only know his intellectual side of Ranveer. I don't know how he started, but people
He
who
was called Beer
followed Ranveer.
Biceps. He was
Yeah,
called
beer
Beer
biceps. Yeah,
Biceps.
I know. He still goes by that name tag only. But
Yeah.
yeah, so is that dude, who drinks beer and does, shows off and all this stuff. So he started from there, from there to spiritual journey where he's investing and talking about mental health, and all this yoga and all this spirituality and everything. Interviewing top creators. Probably the greatest legends on the planet. So he's evolved a lot. So it's like a brother. You've seen him evolve from this to there. Right.
Mhm.
And one more type of creator, is Colin and Samir. It's, like those kind of people. Like, say, for example, I don't know exactly how to label them. It's like that one wise uncle you go to whenever you have a doubt, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
You always know there is always one person in your town or in your neighborhood where whenever you have an issue, that is the only person who has answer to all your questions. So
Mhm.
someone like that. So these are the types of creators. These are not exactly like a bookish definition of what types of creators are there, but just saying on overall, like. And so the reason why we're doing this, because as a creator, if you are a creator, you have to pick what kind of creator are you going to be, right?
Yeah.
So that is one thing. And even with Brew Market, we are still trying to figure out what kind of creators we want to be.
Mhm.
Right. So this basically started out as a conversation between two different friends who like startups.
Yeah.
So it has evolved to three different people who know a little bit, like maybe like 0.1% about startups. Right. And I don't know what the future is going to hold. So we've done few other projects together also. So
Yeah.
we are taking shape, we are growing together. But that there's going to be a point of time where we have to decide what kind of creators are we going to be.
Yeah.
What does Brew Market exactly stand for? Right.
Mhm.
Because if you see other marketing channels and all these things, they don't exactly we don't exactly teach marketing per se in a traditional way, right?
Yeah.
We talk about gut feeling about a lot of things, right? So that is one thing. And
Our
we
thing
don't
is like
exactly, yeah.
a conversation that we have, right? Like, I
Mm,
mean, it's
yeah.
like if you sit with people, you have a conversation, and then you like
Mm,
get ideas, and then you be like, oh shit, yeah, brainstorming right on the
yeah,
podcast.
right,
That's
right
what
on the
we
podcast. Yeah,
mostly do. Like,
that's what we
yeah.
mostly do. That's what you
Mhm.
mostly do. Don't put that label on me. That's what you mostly do.
Yeah.
I do my research because I want to present, even though my language is bad, I want to present at least a few good pointers for people who are listening.
I
Okay.
always have good points in my head, so I'm
Yeah,
like,
you are a
I'll just go
genius.
and wing
Yeah.
it.
You
Yeah.
just wing it. You do that all the time.
I have a question for you though. Like, how would
Yeah.
you label Naval Ravikant? Like, I mean, what kind of creator is he?
Um, okay, that is a very hard answer, a very
Go
hard question actually.
ahead.
I don't exactly know. See, Naval Ravikant is that probably the Jarvis of the Marvel universe. He knows everything. So, see, even though I read this, like there's a book about him called the Almanac of Naval Ravikant. I mean,
Yeah,
obviously it's not written by him, but it's obviously everything about what he said. Like, see,
yeah.
there are obviously a few pointers that I disagree with him. So we
Mhm.
all have different opinions on a lot of things.
Of
But
course.
once again, he's already been there, done that, and right now he's just showering the entire world with wisdom. Right.
Mm.
So it is basically like saying, like a free university. So Naval Ravikant, what are we saying is like free university,
Mhm.
because that is what I feel about it. I mean, to continue this conversation, I would like to know who your favorite creator is
My favorite creator,
and why.
it's a very hard question, man. It really
One
depends
one
on
answer.
like what genre is it
Do
like?
whatever you want. One favorite creator and one more creator where you gain the most knowledge from. So two.
Okay.
Mm,
I think both of these questions can be coupled into one. Like I think
mm,
Johnny Harris is one of my favorite creators at the moment
mm,
because of the way he narrates his stories,
mm,
the way he does his research, and the amount of knowledge that I've learned. Like I mean, I've not
mm.
there's not been a single video that I've missed of his. Like till
Yeah,
now, right?
I know.
So that I think his movie, his this thing videos and his content is something that I look forward to, and
Hmm.
he is my favorite, I think, at the moment. And
Hmm.
apart from that, of course, like, I mean, is they're not a creator per se, but for entertainment, I watch NBA on TNT. And the Inside guys, they are my
Uh,
favorite. Like, they've been there from, I've watched all of their videos, like from when they were there in 85, like eight, what, no, sorry, from 90s, from when
90s
Charles
song,
Barkley
yeah.
joined till
Hmm.
now.
Hmm.
He's been there. I've watched everything and I
Hmm.
love everything. Okay,
And
that
he's
they
retiring
do,
next season. Yeah, he's
sadly.
retiring. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's brilliant, and like that's
Hmm.
what I also look forward to. That's why I like to do even in our podcast as well. Just
Hmm.
sit, talk, have fun, like what these guys do, and like we
Hmm.
share the same birthday. Charles Barkley and I share the same birthday too.
Wow.
Yeah, so I'm
So
like,
for single people who are trying to impress Rakshit, go Google Charles Barkley's birthday and you know exactly when he's born.
cool.
Nice.
Anyhow,
Nice.
yeah. So these, yeah. What about you? What's your who are your favorite?
Hands down, Colin and Samir.
Colin Samir. Okay,
Hands
wow.
down, Colin and Samir. I have no other reason to see. It is as simple as that. Two people
Uh,
who've worked their asses off for the past 10 years,
yeah.
who finally, it's basically like saying whenever you take creators for granted, right?
Mhm.
There are a lot of people who take creators for granted. A lot of
Yeah.
brands, businesses, a lot of people take. They don't even respect what creators does.
Yeah.
Building a business, building a brand on top of people who are already not respected, and trying to educate the world, saying that these people are worthwhile listening to,
Mhm.
telling people, and also in the meantime helping creators with their problems, right?
Mhm.
And because Colin and Samir have consulted with YouTube on how to do revenue sharing. They've consulted with Twitter. They've directly spoken to Elon Musk on how to do revenue sharing from Twitter,
Mhm.
because they've been taken so seriously. They are like the face of creators on this planet, right?
Mhm.
So if there is some problem to the creators, Colin and Samir are there to defend you, right?
Yeah.
Even though I can't take credit for being a huge creator. I know I make random videos on the internet with random dude from Bangalore, but obviously he is the one who represents collectively all of us, right? So
Yeah.
hands down, Colin and Samir are my favorite creators, and I don't know, the reason why I want to do is to express my thanks and to my love towards Colin and Samir. So if you
Yeah.
guys are listening, hopefully maybe we can get to a podcast together. So yeah.
Fingers
And
crossed.
yeah, and I promise you, on this podcast for sure it'll be only me. I won't involve the other dude here. So
Do you? It should be
so
Colin and Samir with Rakshit and Shashank. Come on,
four
that's how it
people,
should be.
three people is a crowd, four people is a party. That's all.
Yeah, then let's have a party, dude. Like
No,
virtual
I don't want
party.
a party.
Imagine a virtual party with Brew Market and Colin and Samir. What a
Uh,
brilliant! We'll like wreck YouTube. That's how it'll be.
yeah, hopefully we'll do that. And
Yeah.
yeah, I think so.
But
What do you
yeah,
want to
yeah. I
add?
mean, like the takeaway for all of your listeners, if you've been listening this far, is
Uh,
that find a niche, find
mm,
what you want to be,
mm,
and make sure that whatever you do, you are thinking about how you're driving impact, right?
mm,
Whatever content that you produce. That's what we also
mm,
think. Like, I mean, how will this content like add value to the listener? Somehow, even if
mm,
it's one line that they get out of it, that's what, like, I mean, even if you're an entertainment channel, can
mm,
you make the person laugh? Can you alleviate their boredom or something?
mm,
Think about value at the end of the day.
mm.
Don't make crap. That's it.
Yeah, I mean that's a good place to end. Don't make crap. So that's
Hopefully
a
you
good
listen to
tagline.
us. Yeah.
Hopefully you listen to us. So, and also, like, if you're looking for someone who's revolutionizing the creation industry, go Google Nothing. So on YouTube,
Mm.
the Nothing company's YouTube channel.
Mhm.
So they're obviously doing crazy stuff. It's probably the only CEO, Kalpe is the only CEO in the whole world who has the guts to take another company's phone and say this phone looks good or bad. So he's the only person on the planet who can do that. So
Yeah.
yeah, huge respects to him. And yeah, once again, ending this podcast on a very high note. Again, two episodes in a row, we are ending on a good note. So this is Brew Market. We are available on Brew Market on all socials, and Rakshit is available at Rakshit Ravindranathan on LinkedIn, and I am available at shashankasan.com. So see you guys next week. Hopefully
See you
you
in the
will
next
stick with us
podcast.
after this nonsense.
Yes, so we hope so.
Yeah.
Bye bye.